Laxmipeta, that because the Dalits are asking for a share in the enjoyment of the government land along with the Turp Kapus and upper caste community in this state, they are butchered. 5 persons were very brutally killed and murdered. Not only just they were killed and murdered, their eyes were glued. The whole head was smashed. The persons were struggling for life. In the last minutes, they were cut into pieces. So such a brutal attack was happened. As usual, there is no proper reaction from this Hindu society. I can understand the non-reaction from caste Hindu society, but there is no reaction from this Dalit section also. I don't know whether they have become so tardy or I don't call it the other name, but the reaction from Dalit community is also not to the expectations. A section of this society from Dalit sections, from organizations, formed into a solidarity committee and started agitating for their rights. The solidarity committee started agitating for 3 things. One is to sack the 2 ministers who are coming in the way of realization of the rights of the Dalits in Laxmipeta. One belongs to scheduled caste, the other belongs to Turpu Kapu. That one belongs to the victims, other belongs to the offenders. So these 2 ministers who are having a sufficient influence in the cabinet are coming in the way against the interests of the Dalits. So therefore, to sack those 2 ministers. Second is to distribute, to assign, to allocate 250 acres of government land available in Laximipeta to the Dalits. And the third is to establish a special court in Laximipeta itself and complete the trial within a very short period. This, in realizing these 3 things, the Solidarity Committee started organizing meetings. It has conducted regional meetings at Tirupati, Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Warangal. It has led demonstrations in the district headquarters, submitted memoranda to district collectors, met the Chief Minister personally and explained to him, convinced him, tried to convince him in the legitimate demands of the scheduled caste. This land can be assigned to Dalits. There is no embargo, there is no objection, there is no legal objection, there is no administrative objection. The land straight away it can be distributed among the Dalits. We told to the Chief Minister, he did not react. We approached the Home Minister, Central Home Minister. We held a dharna at Delhi, personally met the Central Home Minister, submitted memorandum to him, submitted memorandum to in the PMO's office, but so far nothing has turned out. In spite of all our efforts, in spite of this huge campaigns at various levels, at various places, almost in the entire district, these agitations could not yield any positive result so far. Though the land can be assigned to the Dalits, since there is no objection, legal objections to it, even there is a Supreme Court judgment supporting the distribution of such land to Dalits, but nothing is turning out. So that's why we are still continuing the agitation for the realization of at least these 2 demands. One is the distribution of the government land, the second is establishment of special court at Laxmipeta. So this is the agitation. Since I feel that the state government is not prepared to purchase antagonism from the Turpu Kapu community, since that community is totally backing Congress party now. Reddies, which were behind the Congress so far, are vertically split. A majority of Reddies have gone to Jagan Mohan Reddy, one section remained with Congress. The Kamas are totally backing TDP. The rest of the communities are either backing Congress or TDP or Jagan Mohan Reddy. So the only community which is solidly so far till today is solidly standing behind Congress is this Turpu Kapus. Turpu Kapus are the accused in this Laxmipeta case. So if this Laxmipeta case is taken its logical conclusion, Turpu Kapus will be punished. The 250 government land will be distributed to Dalits, which is not to the liking of the Turpu Kapus. Therefore, the caste question has come in a different way. Now it has attained a political shape. Apart from this social angle, Laxmipeta has attained a political angle. So therefore, unless we compel the state government to exceed its limitations or to convert its political angle to a legal angle, I don't think that we can achieve these two demands. The state government is very adamant. Unless we compel the state government, unless we sufficiently exert force upon the government, I don't think that these two demands will be achieved. But the Solidarity Committee is very determined. It is going to take up a different angle, different attitude altogether. It is trying to shape its agitation in a different way. Probably the ultimate is, if the state government is not conceding the most legitimate demands of the Dalits of Laxmipeta, I think the only course left for the Dalits in Laxmipeta and the Solidarity Committee, which is championing the cause, is to enter into the land, occupy it forcibly, and bring down the state government to its kneel and make it assign on patta to the Dalits. That course of action probably we may be compelled to take, because all the legitimate, all the democratic efforts fail to yield any result. So the only course left to us is to enter into the land and compel the government to assign the land to the Dalits.
We have so many MLAs, MPs, Dalit MLAs, bureaucrats, AS officers. What is your response?
As far as Laxmipeta is concerned, no SC MLA has opened his mouth. No single MLA has condemned this atrocity. Forget about helping them. They have not even condemned, because they are under the dictates of the state government. There must be a direction from the state government not to open their mouths. The government officials, those who are in high positions, officials belong to scheduled caste, are also controlled by the state government. I don't want to name the officials, but the officials are, when I interacted with them, they say, why there is a need to agitation? We will give land somewhere. You take somewhere land, take some land at any place. After all, you want land. But here, 5 people lost their lives, as several people lost their limbs. Only for that land they lost lives. Why should not they get that the very same land? That's our question. But our officials belong to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Don't compel the state government. Take whatever they give. Don't agitate. Don't ask more. So they have reduced the agitators. They reduced the Dalits to a stage of beggary. You just beg for the land. Whatever the government is willing to give, take. If they want to, they throw some rice on you, yes, take it. They distribute some clothes to you, take it. They provide certain jobs to you, take them. They provide some pensions to you, take them. Don't ask land, because you are not entitled for less. After all, you are an agricultural labor. You have to toil in the land, but you can't own the land. That is the psyche again. So our officials, unfortunately, are also not in a position to help the Dalits, but on the other way, it is trying to toe the line of the state government, which is not willing to distribute the land to the Dalits. So both the politicians, unfortunately, the association, some of the associations belong to scheduled castes, are also not coming, not joining with the Dalits who are agitating for the land. I don't know, I can't say that they are also purchased, but some sort of arrangement must have been done by the state government with the organizations. Otherwise, why should they not agitate? Why should they not ask for land? Why should they not demand land for landless people? That is the policy of the government itself. So I don't know what force is exerted on them, but they are silent. MLAs are silent, officials are silent, organizations are silent, associations are silent. Only a few individuals, few organizations, which are determined to achieve the legitimate demands of the Laxmipeta Dalits, are taking the agitation to the streets. I hope they will win someday.